name is Carrie and welcome to my channel. Today's class is a class for back care. So if you have a strap or a tie, this is from my robe, handy, just bring it on by. We're going to be using it today. We're going to start lying on our back. So just getting yourself comfortable and having your knees bent, maybe having your feet out to the edges of your mat and just allowing your knees to collapse in. You can maybe place your hands onto your belly and just close your eyes, settling in here. Allowing your back to feel supported. Allowing it to rest. Feeling all the different touch points on the mat. And just checking in with your back. Noticing any tender spots. Any areas that you need to be a little mindful of as we go through this practice. And as you lie here, just see if you can breathe into your hands. Allowing your hands to expand as you inhale. And then sink back down as you exhale. Filling your belly nice and full. Just checking in with the quality of your breath. Noticing if it's smooth and long or if it's short and rushed. And if it's a bit short and rushed, see if you can gradually get it to be a little bit longer and smoother. Being gentle with yourself, not forcing anything today. And then we'll just slowly take both knees and let them just gently go over to the right. And then bringing them back to center and slowly bringing them over to the left and back to center. Let's do that one more time each side. Always checking in to make sure it feels right for you. And then bringing your knees back to center. Let's bring one knee and then the other one in towards our chest. Wrapping your arms around your knees and slowly just rocking from side to side. And then we'll come back to center, letting our feet come down towards the floor. And we'll take hold of that strap, whatever you're using today. Today I'm using a robe strap. And just bringing it around your right foot. Taking a hold of it and pulling that right knee into your chest. You can keep the left knee bent and foot on the floor. And then when you have that wrapped around your foot, connect with your breath. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the heel up towards the ceiling. Taking a breath here and then exhale, bringing that knee back down, foot back down. And then exhale, bringing the heel back to the ceiling. And as you exhale again, bending your knee. And once more, let's take the heel back up. And this time, we're just going to hold it up here. See if you can push your heel up a little bit higher. And pulling your toes towards your nose. Getting a nice stretch all the way up the back leg, the hamstrings. Then maybe placing that left hand on your hip just to hold it down. We're going to slowly bring the leg over to the right, opening it up. Finding a spot that feels right for you so you get a nice stretch on the inside of that thigh. And while you're holding here, just breathing, releasing, relaxing into it. And then slowly taking your leg back up towards the ceiling. We're going to take the left leg and stretch it out, taking hold of the strap with your left hand and maybe bringing the right hand down for support. And then very gently and easily, let's take the right foot down to the left. Finding a spot again that feels right for you. And making sure that you can feel this along the outside of your thigh, the IT bands. So if you're not feeling it, you want to push your right heel out. Making sure your right shoulder stays down on the mat. Keeping your breath long and smooth. And then slowly bringing that leg back up towards the ceiling. Let's bend the knee and just release the strap. We'll bring the left foot back onto the mat. Take the strap and just set it to the side. We're going to take the right leg up towards the ceiling again without the strap this time. And then very slowly, with your heel pushing up, toes pulling back, we're going to lower our leg down to the count of 20. So nice and slow. Just like your breath, slow and smooth. As you do this, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Letting your heel touch the floor. And then lifting your heel off the floor just an inch or two. We're going to take small movements here. So just lifting that leg up just a few inches. So very subtle movements. What we're doing here is we're strengthening that deep muscle that keeps us all standing upright. It goes from the inner thigh across your hip to your lower back. And then taking your heel just from left to right, small movements. Keeping that heel just a few inches off the floor. And then we're just going to take our foot and angle it on an angle, and then bringing the toes up and down on that angle. So again, very small, subtle movements. Targeting all areas of that deep, deep muscle. And then taking your toes towards the inside, kind of like you're pigeon-toed, and we'll take that foot up and down on an angle. Beautiful. Letting that leg relax down to the mat. Let's stretch the other leg out. Maybe bringing your arms up overhead, taking a nice, full, big belly breath in. And maybe letting out a sigh. Beautiful. Bringing your arms back down by your side. Let's bend both legs again. Feet on the floor. Taking your strap, and we'll get ready to do the left side. So putting the strap onto your left foot, holding it with your left hand, pulling your knee into your chest. And then as you exhale, pushing your heel to the ceiling. Taking a breath here and then exhale, bringing your knee back down. Beautiful. And let's do 2 more, reaching that heel up and bringing it down. And last one, holding your heel up. Seeing if you can get this leg nice and long and straight as you push your heel up and pull your toes towards your nose. Then we're going to come into a nice wide stretch here, bringing your right hand on your hip and slowly letting your left foot come over to the left. Finding that spot that feels right for you. You don't want to overextend, but you want to feel a nice, gentle stretch along the inside of your leg. Just taking a few moments to allow that stretch to get a little deeper. And then slowly taking your leg back up towards the ceiling. Let's straighten out the right leg. We're going to take hold of the strap with your right hand. Left hand comes down for support. And when you're ready, let's take that left leg over to the right. Pushing your heel out so you can feel that along the outside of your thigh. Breathing long and smooth. And then slowly taking your leg back to center. Let's bend the right foot onto the mat. Release the strap and just move it out of the way, bringing your hands down by your sides. We'll take the left leg back up towards the ceiling. Heels pushing up, toes are pointing down. And then very slowly to the count of 20, we're going to lower this leg back down to the mat. Keeping your breath long and smooth. Belly button pulling in towards your spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Letting your heel touch the floor and then lifting it up a few inches. Let's take it up and down, small, subtle movements. Making sure you're not holding your breath. At any point, if you find you are holding your breath, it might be because you are going a little bit too far for yourself. Just back off a little bit. And then we'll take our heel from side to side. And then taking your toes towards the left, taking your foot up and down. And over towards the right, up and down, small movements. Beautiful. Let's bring both knees into our chest, just gently rocking from side to side. And then we'll slowly roll to our side, making our way up onto our hands and knees. And then just settling back down into child's pose, getting your hips to your heels, stretching your arms out and letting your head relax down. If it's not touching the ground, you can stack your fists and rest your head onto your fists. Taking a few moments here to breathe all the way up the back body. And as you exhale, just feeling yourself sinking and relaxing a little bit more. And then we'll come into our table position again, getting your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. We'll do a few cat-cows, just moving with your breath. Noticing how that feels, noticing where you're tight, breathing into those tight spots. Beautiful. Coming back to neutral, let's take the right leg and bring it forward. Getting yourself in our low lunge. You want to have that back foot nice and long on the mat, so your nice big stretch over the top of that left hip. And just taking a few moments here, settling in. Allowing your hips to sink a little bit deeper. And then we'll slowly bring our fingers back, straightening out that right knee, right leg, bringing your nose down towards your knee. And then slowly coming forward again. Beautiful. Let's take that right leg, stretching it back and getting your hips back down to your heels, coming into child's pose. And then coming back up, we'll do the other side. So taking the left leg forward and just wiggling those toes forward so you can get a nice stretch across that right hip. Hands down on either side of your left foot. And just allowing yourself to sink into your hips. And then slowly taking your hands back, straightening out that left leg, and bringing your nose down towards your knee. Sending your breath into any spots that feel a little tight. And then slowly walking your hands forward. We're going to curl the back toe under, lift that knee up, and then just rock your foot forward. So we're going to come into a little ragdoll pose here. You can bend your knees, letting your head hang down. Letting your shoulders relax. Maybe hooking your arms into each other so you can sway from side to side. And then coming back to center, letting your hands release, maybe shaking your head yes and no. And then we'll take our feet back, coming back into our table, and then swinging our legs around, coming onto our back again. So we're not standing up today. We're going to just get ourselves situated on our back. Having your arms down by your sides, spine nice and long. Maybe lift your hips up and let them relax back down so your spine and neck are nice and comfortable. And then we're going to lift our feet off the floor. so that your shins are parallel to the mat. So when our backs aren't feeling supported, a lot of times it's because our stomachs are a little bit loose. So what we're going to do is do a little core work here. And we're going to just draw a line parallel to our mat with our heels. So sending those heels out and then bringing them back in. Sending them out and bringing them back in. Making sure you're breathing here, not holding your breath. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more like that. Nice. And just bring your knees in for a little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And then taking your arms around your right knee, we're going to send the left leg out. Pulling that right knee towards your shoulder. And then we'll switch sides. Left knee comes in, right leg goes out. Bringing that left knee towards your left shoulder. And then bringing both knees back in. We're going to take our hands behind our head, elbows extending out. We'll just do a little core work here. So sending your left leg out, we're going to take the left elbow to the right knee. And then switching sides. Moving slowly and smoothly. Making sure you're breathing. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bringing your head down, knees in, and just bringing your hands around your knees. Gently rocking from side to side. And then sending your feet up towards the ceiling. We're going to have our hands coming up towards the ceiling as well. And then just lifting your head and shoulders off the floor and lowering. Lifting and lowering. And let's do 5 more like this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Letting your knees bend. Let's bring your feet to the floor. Stretching your arms out into a T position. You're going to come into a little spinal twist here. Letting your knees slowly go over to the right. Keeping your left shoulder on the mat as you look over towards your left hand. Breathing all the way down to the base of your spine. And just letting go. And then slowly bringing your knees and your head back to center. Bringing your hands by your sides. We'll set our heels up so they're underneath our knees. And connecting with your breath as you exhale. Let's push into the heels, lifting the hips. And And coming into a supported bridge pose, making sure your neck has enough room here. Keeping your hips up towards the ceiling. Knees are hip width apart. Breathing all the way down into your belly. And then very, very slowly, you want to feel each of those little bones setting down onto the mat. We're going to lower ourselves down towards the floor. Very gently and easily. And feeling the full support of the floor. We'll reach the arms back out into a T and just letting your knees float down towards the left. Right shoulder relaxing on the mat as you look towards the right. And just allowing your back to relax. Maybe allowing it to unlock. And then slowly bringing your knees and head back to center. And we're going to bring our right foot to the ceiling, grabbing hold of the inside of that right leg if you can, and then take your left foot to the ceiling, grabbing hold of the inside of the left leg. Maybe pulling those knees down towards your armpits, coming into our happy baby pose. And just pulling down on the right side so you rock to the right, and then pulling down on the left side so you come to the left. So just gently rocking from side to side, giving your back a little massage. Beautiful. Let's bring our feet together and coming into a little butterfly, lying butterfly pose, letting your knees relax out. Taking a breath or two. And then we'll release our hands and stretching your legs back out onto the mat. Coming into our final pose, getting yourself nice and comfortable. If your back is tender today, just bend your knees, making sure it works for you. So just taking a few moments, closing your eyes, maybe scanning your body to see how it's feeling. Noticing any differences from when we started this morning. Allowing your breath to be long and smooth. Filling your belly nice and full. Just feeling everything supported by the mat, supported by the floor, supported by Mother Earth. And then just wiggling your fingers and toes. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rocking gently from side to side. And then rolling to one side, making your way back up to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Beautiful. Let's all take a collective breath in and a sigh out. So taking a breath in. Beautiful. Bringing your hands to your heart center, and may you all have a wonderful day. Namaste. If you enjoyed this class and you'd like to get notifications of other classes, please feel free to subscribe below. Have a great day.